Hold on, let's just see if it kick in. Hold on, because I already pushed. Because it's shit slow as shit.
Okay, we ain't gonna worry about it. All right. But you can edit it. You know how to edit everything.
You know what? It's easier to edit off my phone than this. So
well, just whenever you get to it, you know.
It's gonna be sloppy. Yeah. It's all good. I ain't getting under the part that you said, but all right, cool. So okay, where we left off at was you said they moved you right next to I-Man X.
Yep, and they shot me back to Marquette. Put me right next to I-Man. I'm sitting up inside the cell, like I don't know what to think. You know, just being real, I didn't know what. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in the hole, getting in arguments with different people in the hole. Motherfuckers tell me, bitch, you dead when you hit the yard. Or, you know, I knew I was told by, Woody and them that, this shit was squashed. All that all was well,
Yeah.
But I was nervous sitting up inside that cell waiting for lunch because I got there in the morning. So, I'm waiting for the doors to break for lunch.
Nothing came from that?
No, no, it was completely squashed because, he told, from what I heard, I don't know, but, Wally got the business somewhere eventually. From what I heard, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it's a cold group to be playing with.
Yeah, I never had no problem at that. I mean, I used to run a skin with like Auto X, Buck X. I don't know if you know any of these names.
Auto X, definitely heard of Auto X.
Cock Diesel, shredded up, Auto X, real light skin.
I heard of him, never met him. But
yeah.
Okay.
But no, there was no repercussion. I mean, it was straight solid shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people think a lot of things when it comes to different organizations and how things go, but because at the top of everything, the men at the top of any organization rule by they rule by a code, and dude flat out told on me. so grateful he told on me.
Real.
So grateful.
Some guys even gave me the jitters sometime when it was on one. But,
man, it was a blessing.
So wait, how many times total you been stabbed?
Well,
I mean, like, how many different incidents?
In joint, just 2.
Can you tell us about the second
one? The second one's a pretty interesting story. I'm down, long story to get to the point of the incident. I'm at URF. I make it down to URF level 2. I'm under a couple years. Well, actually, when I got into this fight, I was less than 90 days from discharging. What had happened was dude named Hollywood. I don't know what he got anything on his name, but he out of Flint from what I know. I've looked him up since I've been out. He's doing a life bid on some sex case shit, but got a lot of people around him, and he does his thing in there. Anyways, he ran a store and I was a gambler. So, everybody know how it goes when you need some money. You ain't got it, you borrow, whatever. Well, what actually made the beef is this. What ended up leading to the fight, because I didn't pay him, but what led up to me not paying is what's important, because I always pay my debt, you feel me? I got 2 for $3 on the bugler pouches, and waiting for store. I ended up riding out, but prior to riding out, he was a porter, and my bunkie found out, he's an undercover fuck boy, right? Undercover punk. And one night, because Hollywood was a third shift porter, and he's out sweeping, and all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. My bunkie jump up real quick, right, and pop the door. I'm in the bed. I'm like, fuck. I'm thinking to myself, why are you popping the door for this dude? You know what I'm saying? Well, he stepped into the cell real quick, opened up his hand. He got a couple little sacks of bud, right? And he just gives it to my bunkie, right? And he looked at me, he was like, you want anything? I was like, man, I'm good on that. I said, I ain't got the money, plus I already owe you, He said, man, don't worry about all that. We can work something out. I said, what? I said, I'd never work something out with you. What the fuck you talking about? He said, man, what you mean? I said, listen, man, I don't.
If you can, no disrespect. You try to clean up the language.
Oh, the cursing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I had a little argument with him right there, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He kind of felt me sideways. I can't work nothing. We ain't gonna work nothing out. You know what I'm saying? But you could feel the hostility there. But I still owed them. Well, before a store came, they rolled me over to Ken Ross right across the street.
Well,
I was on.
When he
I was
said
on.
work something out, did you automatically think like, damn, he talking about maybe something?
Yeah, because I told him, and it's the only time anything like that ever happened with me, right? And I felt some type of way in the moment because I said to him verbatim, I was like, look, I already owe you on store days 3, and I don't have, I didn't have no more money to cover anything else, you know what I'm saying? And his response was, man, you got to worry about that. We can work some out. As a matter of fact, this the terminology he used when the door, not that I'm necessarily with this on at the time, but after I closed the door, because I closed the door on him, he was standing at the door. He said, man, you've been down almost 15 years. You flip or flop or something. And I was just like, what? I couldn't believe what he said. Anyway, they ended up riding out before store came. But after he said that to me in my mind, I was like, I ain't paying this motherfucker. You know, I'm not paying them. Anyway, they ride me over to Ken Ross. I was only over there for a month. I get shot back over to URF because I was at Ken Ross, and I ended up kicking in my one of my cellies box, took his Timberlands and all that shit, and he told on me, so they shot me right back across the street. And my justification for doing that, he was in there on a drunken driving homicide of like a 5-year-old. He had no fucking remorse. That was my justification. So I was like, he gonna be who I'm gonna get when I need some money. Ended up needing some money, so that's who I got, and told on me. So they shot me right back across the URF. When I get back to URF, I hit the yard, and Hollywood, he pushed up on me, said, man, what's up with that money you owe me? I was like, and I got my hands like this in front of me, he got his headphones on. And I was just like, well, I got 2 from you, so I owe you 3. And he's looking at me, I just hit him, pow. I just hit him, knocked his headphones off. He kind of backed up. He said, man, you know what's up, man. You better be strapped up on next yard. Okay. Well, and we're on night yard, you know what I'm saying? This was in the, because at this time they had 2 yards. They had an earlier yard and a night yard. And we was in different blocks and everything. So in between the yards, I got the thing together, everything else. Everybody know what's going on. And it's the only time that, and what was real, like made me feel good about this incident was that when I hit the yard, he had about, 10, 12, 13 people with him. You know what I'm saying? And they all tried to come on down on me. And all of a sudden, I don't know who it was I talked to. I talked to, I can't remember his name, who was there at that time. But, I was cool with some of the, the heads, the Moes, Melanics, all that. And they all knew what was going on. They told me, whatever's going to happen, it's just going to be what I was told by dudes I know. They said, don't worry about nothing. You got to handle your business, but we're going to make sure ain't nobody else get in it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know how that was going to play out. And it was just it's such a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out there on the yard and I can see a whole bunch of guys around me that I don't know, but Hollywood out there with his group, and they start walking towards me. Like I said, about 10, 12 of them. Well, however, people know how to, inside there, people that are organized and militant, they know how to make moves. All of a sudden, like there was 2, 3 people around every single one of his guys and just me and him in the middle. And I pull out this little thing, this motherfucker pull out a hawk. Motherfucker got a hawk. It's shining off the light and everything else, right? So we squared up. We get to trying to fight. We're trying to box and everything else, but we both got the knives. And somehow we ended up on the ground. And I was on top of him for a second, and then all of a sudden he was on top of me, and he came down on my head right here. I don't know if we can see it here, but can you see this back here?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. He got me with the thing right there, buried my head into the snow because it was snowing, it was night yard, and I could just feel the blood and the warmth and everything else. So I jumped up real quick and I slipped back down onto my back, and he literally jumped up in the air just like this, jumped up in the air to come down on me. Only thing I did, I put my leg up and I caught him like in his chest, and it knocked him back. And he went back, and then some guys picked me up. We started walking. The dude threw a thing threw a scully over my head, and all of a sudden the strobe light hit me. They came and got me. I got the thing on my head. They're walking me to the hole. And at URF, the hole, you got to turn this way. Otherwise, the infirmary, they'd start turning me towards SEG. And I was like, we need to go to the infirmary. They're like, what are you talking about? They pulled the thing off. I said, what the fuck? They started tripping and everything. But we ended up getting fighting tickets on that. And he told on me too.
What?
Yeah, he told on. Yeah, he
Still
straight
go to
told on.
Atlantis this day. I was there with Earth with not Earth, but Hiawatha with Hollywood.
Right. Yeah, that happened in like 06 there.
Did you already have Light Steel, or did you have to go ask somebody for it?
No, I had to go put it together. I had to go put it together myself. I'd asked a couple people, they wouldn't give it. I did ask a couple people because I used to make them too. Like I said, I gamble, so I make some nice and sell them. You know what I'm saying? I went to a couple people and I said, man, you don't need that. You out of here in like 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there. Nobody would give me nothing. They under the clause of, you going home, you don't need no more time. You've been down damn near 15 years already. So I had to make something myself, a little ice pick and shit, but nothing. It was a little dinky thing that I had no time.
How many guys have you stabbed and joined? Was it just the one Millennium guy, the first incident?
Yeah, knife fight was with Wally X and then with Hollywood.
That's crazy. Have you ever stabbed anybody prior to that, like in the streets or anything, or was that just something totally different?
No.
How did you feel in the first incident when you did it? Was your adrenaline rushing or whatever? Cause it seemed like
I was all the way. My adrenaline was all the way on high. But the thing about that, after that first incident, it kind of changed because after that, like I always either had a strap on me or had access to one. It changed the level of how I am on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Did your respect level went up after the first incident? Oh, for sure. There was no, like I said, I hit the yard at that incident. Everything was squashed. Never had no real issues after that. So I got down to the lower levels when I'm down there at Earth. When I got to Earth, I got into like 3 or 4 fights and shit. Nobody didn't really know who I was per se. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't been around nobody. I was up at Max for 12 and a half years. Mm-hmm. So the last couple of years of my bid, I got into a lot of little dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Fights and stuff like this. After you survived that incident with the Milanics the first time, did the white gangs try to come recruit you after that? There wasn't no formation of any white shit there at this time. Really, to be honest with you, there was no type of I don't know what's going on up there now. There was no anything that ever tried to get squashed. I mean, it was put down by people. Motherfuckers didn't accept it. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Right. And it's crazy because they usually try to victimize white guys, but you clearly in that situation. So right. What you said it wasn't no white groups around. Like what were they gang banging in or what? What was they doing? Yeah. Most of the white dudes that were on a lot of compounds, there wasn't a lot of white people on the yard up there in Max. You feel what I'm saying? Or if they was undercover. When about them was just quiet and meek. I was always into gambling. I was in the gambling scene, so we know how that goes. But after that incident, I was around more developed associations with different little cliques out of Southwest Detroit, stuff like that right there. Different members of Cash Flow, Latin Counts, Young Guns, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. What would you say your top 5 prison rules are? Top 5 prison rules? First one is respect. You got to understand what respect is and what constitutes disrespect. You know what I'm saying? When you stay in your lane, I really don't know if I can't really come off the rip of my head the top 5 rules. I mean, you got to stay in your lane. You got to be respectful. Carry yourself properly. Don't get in debt. You got to keep your words straight. And you got to handle your business if disrespect happens. Because if you allow it, it's just going to come more and more and more and more. And even if you don't allow it, you're still going to constantly get into shit if you ain't clicked up right or people don't give a fuck, especially if you just fighting. Motherfuckers in the joint don't care about fights. Because me and you can get into a fight today, next motherfucking year, your homeboy saying, you got down, motherfuckers I know saying I got down. But you get into a knife fight with somebody and put their marks on them, they always going to remember. I remember everybody, you remember who put the wounds on. You definitely do, for real. Right. Were you involved in physical altercations in the streets, or did that just come in the joint? Oh yeah, I grew up in Cleveland, man. We fought every day at the bus stop. I grew up on 90th in Denison in Cleveland, and at that time, early 80s, everybody was clicked up on street. So I was on 90th, and we was over on 89th. You fought the kids on 89th. If you're on 91st, you fought the guys at 91st. And fights every day at the bus stop. School and junior high, I started getting bused to the east side of Cleveland. So I used to go to I went to Harry Davis Junior High in Cleveland, which was on the east side, right off of Superior, like 111th and Superior, right in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So lots of fights over there, et cetera, et cetera.
When you first came down, like how tall were you and how much did you weigh?
I mean, I was like 6'1", and I got stabbed, so I was and I lost a lot of weight. When I first came down, I was probably about 170, 180. But when I was 16, I was 6'1". When I got my license, I was 6'1", 220 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So my normal weight, right now, I'm 232 pounds. I mean, my normal weight since I hit maturity, about 225. The biggest I was, my late 20s, I was like 265, but I was benching 3-something, doing pull-ups like they're nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was in shape.
Exactly. Okay. So you weren't your average size prison anyway, six.
Right.
Okay.
But even inside there, being 6'1", 265, you still feel like, I mean, there's giants. Like, stupid cock diesel.
And then some guys just don't care how tall you.
No, they don't
still
care.
Don't matter.
No, not at all. Not at all.
What kind of family support did you have while you was down?
My mom, she took care of me, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like after, I went down at 19, I had a couple phone numbers, a couple addresses, was in touch with a couple homies for a couple of years. After that, nobody, except for family,
You hear that? You go down, hey, they gonna all jump out the car, out the side of mind. What are you doing these days? What are you doing these days?
I'm out in California. I'm currently back in Ohio now. My mom, she has stage 4 cancer, and I'm here helping her. I just flew in about 6 weeks ago. I've been out in California since January.
My remorses for that. I hope her condition I don't know too much about cancer. Well,
yeah. No.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's a battle she coming up short on.
Death no enemy of man. He's a friend.
Right.
What made you come to California?
Well, real quick, when I got out, I had a good support system. I was in the Cleveland area. I ended up having a daughter a couple years out that was out Toledo area. So I went out to Toledo, started working in the corner stores, started fucking with the Arabs and shit, and been messing with them for about, I'm going on my 15-year out. I've been working for the same Arab for like 9-10 years now.
The Arabs, yeah.
Yeah, he sold all his stuff in Toledo 2 years ago, moved out to California. He got a hold of me around Christmas, like, you want to come out here? I got you. So, I went out there.
Man, wow, that's beautiful. Ain't no strange happens. That's beautiful right there.
Right.
What business you running? What's going on with that?
Well, it's just through my dude right now. Like we're trying to push these Uber energy drinks, which we distribute out of Turkey. Got like 40,000 beach towels on deck. I mean, it's little small things. We go to liquidation places, buy it, flip it online. Got a couple stores. So just networking out there. He's fresh out there. I'm fresh out there, And also, our backbone money every day is towing, doing towing out there.
Mm-hmm. What part of California you in?
Orange County.
Orange County. Is it gang banged out north, or is it straight? Or
I ain't seen it, but I've been down to Compton. I've been down to Long Beach. I've been in some hoods over there doing some tows. You really don't see it. They're a little different. They operate a little different out there. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I haven't really. I'm on my way out. I'm all the way out the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a good area.
Tell them where they can find you at. What's your YouTube? What's going on with that?
Well, I just started. I don't even know what to put my link out there, but I have. I just really started trying to get a platform going to talk about a lot of things. I've been through a lot out here that we ain't discussed. I sent you that code 18 information. I don't know if you checked that out yet, if you've had a chance.
Explain that.
I really don't want to get into it. Maybe we can talk about that in the future. I let you listen to it, and then you'll know what you can ask me and what I'd be comfortable talking about.
Okay, all right.
But anyways, they a couple years ago, the Toledo Blade started a podcast called Code 18. It deals with unsolved homicides. So,
okay. So you helping those guys out?
Am I helping them out? No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm all up in them. You got to listen to it, man. You got to check it out, man.
Okay.
From the very beginning.
Part 2 and 3, because there's a bunch of stuff. But you didn't tell us your YouTube name though.
Just under my surname, Michael Johnson.
Okay, so I'm gonna definitely post those links in the description. And your Instagram, what's that called? Your business?
My Instagram, I ain't got it hooked up right, but I do have a TikTok. It's at Michael with Ehinharjar 73.
Okay, that's a long name, so I want to suggest that you shorten that up a bit, like Al Prophet told me when I did my interview with him.
Okay.
Shorten up a little bit for
Right.
us.
But I shot you the information on those links though. What I have set up now for the platform, I'm just really trying to get going on it. And the reason why I'm out trying to talk now is, like I said, my mom's in the condition. There's a lot of things I don't need to be putting out there that she might have got a hold of and heard.
Right. You got a cash app?
Hmm?
A cash app?
No, but I got a PayPal.
What's that?
I'd have to look it up real quick. It's I guess I could put my my email for it or whatever. I don't really know it. I'd have to look it up and send it to you, bro. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I can put that down there too. But tell us the email.
The email is American Made 1973 at Detroit, because I did it wrong. It's supposed to say Detroit, but it's DERROIT
Okay.
at Gmail. American Made 1973 Detroit.
It's all good.
Right.
I would say.
But,
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick on my journey since I've been out. I've been back here in the state system on 2 F5s, 2 separate times for 6 months, 3 years out. I got arrested, had a point.
What's that?
Hmm?
What's F5s?
A felon in Ohio, F5 is carries up to a year.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. So you caught 2 cases?
Yeah, I got caught with a .4 powder cocaine in my pocket. They gave me 6 months back in the penitentiary here in Ohio based on my past prison history. At that time, I was out 3 years, no type of break. And then 7 years after that, F5 for attempt to receive stolen property. I got caught with keys in my pocket that linked up to a stolen car.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only stuff I've been convicted of. I've beat an attempted murder case. And I got this code 18 shit over my head.
Okay. Far as the attempted murder, were you locked up for a while or what?
I had a $2.1 million bond for 5 months. The dude never showed up. They gave me a GPS release, and I went to court, and they dropped the charges because the dude never showed up.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they talk about that. The reporter on that code 18 talk about my criminal history. So it's all on there. What I went through with all that.
All right. So it's glad to see you free. I want to know, what's your 5-year goal? Where you want to end up at?
Oh, in 5 years, I'd like to just be prospering a little more out in California. Hopefully have my own little business going with my own LCC and everything, and just stay alive.
Exactly. Well, I know you're a busy man. About to get up out of here. We definitely got to do a part 2 and 3 because there's a bunch of other questions I want to ask you. But I want to make sure this hit the internet right. Just in case we
right.
Again, I hope you up for it. If so, but I doubt it. But I appreciate having you on, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. When you gonna be able to you gonna put this stuff up first though?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. And in the meantime, like before we talk next time, I want you to check out the code 18. I really don't want to talk on too much, but you'll know what we can talk about. Exactly. It's a crazy story of another corruption and shit that's just nuts, man.
Okay. I got you, man.
Just nuts.
Peace, blessings, and prosperity be to you, bro.
You too, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the understanding, and go ahead and check all the facts on that. I'm sure you did a little research and ask. Did you ask anything about me at all? A little bit yet?
Oh, for sure. Oh, what? Come on. I'm waiting on the J page.
Right. That's if you can get it. If you get contact with Woody X, man, his last name is Woody, go by Benjamin, man. I've been trying to link. I can't find him on the JPEG.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna put in that work for you. We gonna get some story. Hopefully I can get both him on the phone and you on the Zoom. And we do it.
All right. That's what's up, man.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, I appreciate it. Let me know when you're able to get all that stuff up.
I got you.
All right. Good looking, man. All's well, man. Thanks.